I feel good, no. Which is not something that women who are going through perimenopause or menopause usually say. I feel good, no. You'll often hear, I feel tired, I have got brain fog, I've got hot flushes, I've put on weight, I don't have any energy, my life is terrible, my life sucks. Because I'm a woman and this thing called, well, I love the word menopause, pause of your menstrual cycle. That means no more of the monthly hassle for some women, they call it. It's the wrong time of the month, you often hear that. How about the right time of the month, because it means you can have a baby. The reverse of that, if you had some babies or you don't want to have babies anymore, it's a time for celebration, pause of my menstrual cycle. Now, perimenopause, which is a new term, I'm an old lady, and it's only been the last couple of years that term's even arisen from the dead or arisen from the somewhere, because it simply means around menopause. Peri means around, and menopause means pause of your menstrual cycle. So if you put it into logical terms, why are so many women talking about, I feel crappy because I'm a woman? And I've got a simple answer, and because I'm an old lady, and because I'm sick of hearing whinging, moaning and complaining and carrying on when there's a solution to everything. I really think that if you really want to feel fantastic, if you really want your life to be great, you'll find a way. If you want to come up with an excuse for feeling terrible, it's pretty easy. I'm going through menopause. I'm going through perimenopause. I'm really stressed. And all the things that I talk about, I'm not very fit, I'm not very healthy, I'm overweight, I've got a lousy, stinking, rotten job, I don't have enough money, and I've got a terrible relationship, or all of those put together. And of course you're going to feel terrible if that's how your life is. I think you can hear in my voice that I hear a lot of this. I've been on the planet a very long time, and I've heard a lot of people whinge, moan and complain about their lives. But now it's like we've labelled it. You're feeling this way because you're going through perimenopause, you're going through menopause, you've got some kind of syndrome, or you've been diagnosed with some kind of mental health challenge. Well, I've got a simple question to all of those challenges. How fit are you and how strong are you? You can go to the doctor, you can get a medical intervention, there's plenty of pills, powders and potions, there's lots of pseudo-pharmaceuticals. You only have to go to the chemist or the supermarket or even the petrol station. Recently I saw you can buy vitamin pills at the petrol station. There's so many pills, powders, potions and programs being sold to us on it, or they try and sell them to me, but you can't sell me on that stuff, and there's a reason for that. Because I don't need them. I'm not looking for a pill. I'm not looking for a solution. I'm not looking for a way to cure my challenge. I'm always about preventing the challenge in the first place. And if you understand how the human body works, and a lot of people say to me, I'm not an anatomist, I'm not a physiologist, I'm not an exercise professional, I rely on the experts. But you've got to live in this body this is your body. Obviously this is my body, but you've got a body you're going to live in for the rest of your life. Wouldn't you want to know what makes it work well? How do you fuel it? How much water does it need? How much sleep does it need? How much exercise does it need? How do you keep your muscles strong, your bones strong, your metabolism fast? How do you keep your endocrine hormonal system working effectively? It's one of my favorite quotes. I want to be in control of my hormones, not the other way around. So not let's get a pill to do that, because that's about I've got this side effect that I need to look after. And I'll rephrase this into a very simple question. If you've got a headache, most people take a headache pill, which supposedly gets rid of the pain. But what caused the headache in the first place? Because the pill might get rid of the pain, but it doesn't mean that the pain's not going to come back again. And it doesn't mean that the challenge for the headache has gone away. The reason you got a headache is still there. So rather than cover up the pain, rather than I need a pill, I need a powder, I need a potion, I need a medical intervention, I need to go to the doctor, I need something, how about why did it happen in the first place? So why do women get grumpy, hot flushes, feel miserable, put on weight, all of that stuff during perimenopause? And I hate saying that word because it seems like a made-up term over the last couple of years. It simply means around menopause. And there's so many women now, there's forums, millions of forums on social media about how to handle your perimenopause challenges. And I'll go back to the very simple question, how fit are you and how strong are you? Because when you're really strong, and I'm going to rephrase, you have to get strong first, or you have to do it in a combination. But getting fit's not enough. I can run a marathon, fantastic, but how strong are you? Because the stronger you are, the more you can handle. Your muscles control everything that you do. And women have been so adverse to lifting heavy weights. They've been so adverse to being strong. I don't want big muscles. Well, what a ridiculous thing to say in the first place, because women don't have the chemical compounds in our body to build muscle unless you stick a needle in your bum. So we can't get bigger muscles. We can either replace the muscle that we've lost because we haven't protected and looked after the engine of our body, which is our muscle. Or if you're really privileged, you might be able to put on 1, 2, 3 kilos. Or a very interesting side note came in, my gorgeous husband, who's an exercise scientist and a sports strength and conditioning coach and trains world-class athletes. He trained the Miss America bodybuilder. I think she won 2 years in a row, don't quote me. But she put on, are you ready? 2 kilos of muscle. Now, she lost a lot of body fat, so her body composition changed, but her actual muscle increase was 2 kilos. Now, muscle's very small, fat, very big. If you've got a kilo of fat, it's big. A kilo of muscle, it's small. It weighs the same, but fat is double the size. So this thing about I don't want to lift weights because I'm going to get big muscles is just ridiculous for women. And luckily now there's a lot more social media influencing going on about the reasons why women should do heavy strength training, lift heavy things. But the challenge, of course, is that the so-called experts on strength training have made strength training long and boring and complicated and unsafe, and people don't want to do it. But if you're weak, if your muscles are weak, if you don't maintain your muscle strength and you don't maintain your muscle size, you are setting yourself up for osteoporosis, which is bone thinning disease, and a horrible way to die, which is what happens to most women who get diagnosed with advanced osteoporosis. And even if you don't die by being dead in the ground, your life is over because you're in a wheelchair and you can't do anything. Why would you let that happen to your body? I don't want to be the woman that is depressed. I don't want to be the woman that has, and menopause for me was so fascinating because I didn't have it. I don't know what it was. And I share this story all the time. I said to my gorgeous husband, I think I've gone through menopause. He said, how do you know? I said, well, I haven't had a period for 2 years, so I'm of that age. I'm an old lady. I think I've gone through menopause. No weight gain, no brain fog, no hot flushes, no couldn't sleep, no nothing, just live my life normally. Because I'm really fit and really strong. But you can't be really fit, if you're not really strong. So strength training is the most important component for a woman to have great quality of life for the rest of your life. Why is it that so many women don't want to have great quality of life? I want to do light weights for toning. What a ridiculous thing to say. Light weights don't challenge your body, so they don't change your body. And there's no such thing as toning. La 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 la. That is untoned. You can't have an untoned muscle. It's got oxygen and blood supply. It's a living, breathing engine of your body. So it doesn't become soft or flabby or untoned. It's just weak or strong. So I don't want weak muscles, so I'm going to do strength training, so I've got strong muscles. Now, I don't like going to the gym anymore either. I'm in my home gym at the moment, and that's really easy because it's easy to come in here and do strength training. But my strength training program is so simple and so basic. Use every single muscle in my body. Keep going till I can't do any more. If I can go for longer than 10 seconds, it's too light. And if I do it safely, I can't get injured. So I do maximum 3 exercises. If I'm in a hurry, I only do 1 exercise, which is a deadlift. I like to call it an alive lift because it keeps me alive for the rest of my life. Use every single muscle in my body. And no menopause challenges, no PeriMenopause, which didn't exist when I was going through whatever that is. But I didn't have any challenges with being a teenager and periods. I didn't have any challenges. Any time in my life, I've been healthy, fit, strong. I've been the same weight, same size, same energy level, same everything all of my life. Now, I'm not some weird, crazy creature. I just exercise every day. But I brush my teeth every day. I shower every day. I eat food every day. I sleep every day. I wear clothes every day. I'm just a normal person that treats exercise and not 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour of exercise. I don't ever do that, ever. 10 seconds of high intense activity, of punching the bag, sprinting on the spot, jump squats, run up and down some stairs if I'm in a building, run up and down a hill if I'm out in the country. If you get puffed, you'll get fit. If you lift heavy, you'll be strong. And if you're fit and strong, you can handle everything so much better. But most importantly, your brain will be better. You'll handle everything better because you are mentally tough. And hasn't that happened to our world? We've become mentally weak. Everything's a hassle. I can't do it, it's too hard. Everybody gives up. As soon as they come across a small challenge, oh, it's too hard, I have to give up now. I deal with those people every single day, and it blows my mind, because my first question is, how fit are you? How strong are you? And if you want that goal, if you want to achieve that dream, if you want to have that in your life, because we've all got goals and dreams, but you've got to connect them with something, and the connection is be fit and strong, and fit and strong comes from discipline, and discipline's doing what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. But when it's only 10 seconds of puffing or at 100% effort, or 10 seconds of lifting at 100% effort, it's not that hard to do. It doesn't take very long. So there's no excuses. You can hear in my voice, I'm an old lady who's lived with everybody's excuses. Too hard, too cold, too hot, too boring, haven't got enough money, but I'm fat, sick, weak and diseased, and I wonder why, really. If you lie on the couch and eat crappy food and breathe in artificial air and live under artificial light and don't move your body and don't get fit and strong, you will get sick, you will be diseased, you will be depressed, or a combination of all of those. And the worst case scenario, and I keep pushing this point now because it doesn't matter how old you are, I can't imagine that you want to live your life again like a baby. Luckily, we can't remember what life was like when we were a baby. We had to be fed, we had to have our nappy changed, we had to be carried around because we couldn't walk, somebody else had to dress us, somebody had to do everything for us. Now we've forgotten because that's when we were a baby. But so many adults finish their life like that because they don't look after their muscles, because they don't look after their brain, because they're not fit, because they just can't be bothered doing the simple things that keep you healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. Most adults end up in some kind of retirement village. Somebody's feeding them, somebody's changing their nappy, somebody's dressing them, and somebody's pushing them around in a wheelchair. To me, that is just a horror. That's a horror movie of all time. But it's completely preventable. And that's why I love coming in here. I call this the anti-aging room. This is the anti-menopause symptoms room. This is the anti-bones and muscles wasting away. This is the anti-depression room. This is my office where I've got a punching bag, treadmill, cross trainer. I've got a walking desk. I would never sit down on my backside while I'm doing my work because what a waste of energy. If you take the biggest muscles of your body out of action when you sit on your backside, you cannot function effectively. So if you want to live your life to the max, and isn't that the ultimate thing? The 4 things that I talk about every day. Be healthy, fit and strong. Have a career or business that you love. Be financially free, financially secure, rich and wealthy. Doesn't matter what you call it. You don't have to worry about money. And you've got great people in your life. The only way to put all of those 4 things together is to be healthy, fit and strong so your brain works effectively, your body's got a stack of energy, you can go and live your life. You ready? Live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max, yeah! Woohoo!